Hey to all my YouTube fans, I'm here with an update on the half-scale pinsetter. What I'm going to be talking about tonight is that I've made some programming changes. That's the first thing. Second, I've made some revisions to the pits. And then the third thing we're going to show you is I've started installing the operator interface. So we'll get to that last. But the first thing I've done as far as the programming changes on the pinsetter is I've made it operate so that if one pin, the 7 or the 10 are knocked down, or no pins are knocked down, then what goes on is that the deck comes down, it checks, it determines that either there's 10 or 9 pins standing, and then everything just goes back up. It does not run through the whole cycle. So we're going to show you that right now, how it's working. And here comes the deck. Determines there's 10 pins still standing, and everything goes back up. So I did that to help speed things up a little bit. And then as you can see here, it's just now going to run through a regular second ball cycle. And there it goes. So now we've got new pins. So next thing we're going to walk back, and I'm going to show you the new pit area. Some of you have been asking about seeing the new lift because you caught a little bit of a glimpse of it in one of the other videos. At this time, I am not going to be showing that, so I just want to let everybody know that up front. The reason is that it is something totally unique and different, and I do not want to go revealing how it works at this point in time because I am thinking about patenting it or possible licensing it. So I'm holding off on showing anything about it right now, but I'll show you as much as the pin as I can. The stuff that's not really spectacular or anything specialized. The first thing I'm going to show you is the conveyor that's now in the pit, and then we're going to show you the new ball lift. So I'm going to put it on pause while I walk back there. Okay, here we are. I'm back at the pit now. As you can see, there's a conveyor down in there now, and I had to put that in there to help move the pins back because I was having some problems with the pins hanging up near the ball door. This conveyor has helped out a lot. It's common to the AMF and then the Brunswick ZSX machines. Now I'm going to show you the new ball door that I put in. I'm going to put the ball in the pit, and we're going to go over here and watch it operate. Here it comes, opens it up, pushes it out, and then it goes up. So the way this works is very simple. There's just a little switch here. Basically, there's two pieces of metal touching and completing a circuit. When the ball comes over and puts the weight on it, it opens up that a little bit, and it allows this solenoid to pull in. So I'm going to do that again so you can see it. I open up the door a little bit, there it goes, and then the weight of the ball just pushes the door open, and the solenoid is in a position so that it doesn't fall until the door closes and it resets. The new lift here I had to put in because of the new ball door. The arm that I had there was not going to work with this anymore, so I put this new lift in, and for those of you that are familiar, this kind of looks like the old ball bowler lifts. If you've ever seen the back of one of those games, it's just a chain with a couple little paddles on it that lift the ball up, and it's working pretty good. So that motor down there, right here, is also driving the conveyor. This is the belt that's doing that. I did not like really doing this because I now have connected the back of the machine to the front of the machine, but if I have to remove it, it's pretty quick and easy to do. It's just a matter of removing that pulley and twisting the belt off, and everything comes apart. So the next thing I'm going to do is going to move to the other side of the machine and show you the operator interface. Okay, here we are at the back of the machine. This is my operator interface, and I just installed it. Just finished doing some program modifications and testing everything, and it's been a little tricky because I've used a lot of what these are called HMIs, human machine interface. I've actually never programmed them and had them have to talk to the PLC, so it was a little tricky learning how to do all that. I'm actually, after I upload this video, I have a online course I've been taking that gets a little more in-depth into some of the stuff I'll have to be doing to program this operator interface, but that's going to be doing after I upload this video. But what you see on here right now is this is the home page, and you see a cycle 1 and cycle 2, And the reason it says F1 and F2 underneath there is that this is not a touch screen. Some of these, a lot of times you can touch the screen up here, and the buttons that you see here will be active. But on this one, I did not do that. I didn't need that level of sophistication. I could keep it pretty simple. So what that is telling the people is that cycle 1, if you want to do a cycle 1 of the machine, you're going to hit button F1. So I'm now going to show you that. I'm going to hit F1, and we're going to step back a little bit and watch the machine run through a cycle 1. And the reason it came back up is because, again, we've got 10 pins standing down there. So I'm going to hit F2 now, which is the second button in, and now it's going to run through a second ball cycle and set new pins. And there you go. So what will be going on with this is that once I get everything programmed, any faults that go on with the machine, trying to get the focus here again, but any faults that go on with the machine, you'll come back here. This will make a little beeping sound. So if someone's bowling on the machine, it'll beep, and you'll come walking back here, and on the screen will tell you exactly what's wrong with the machine. And there will be instructions on how to fix it. So typically what goes on is maybe a pin did not get into the 10 pin chute of the deck. Every now and then it misses it. And the 10 pin on my machine is what triggers the machine to cycle and set the 10 pins. It's kind of like the 9 pin on an AMF or the 5 pin on an old Brunswick A2. On my machine it's the 10 pin. Let's say that it didn't go into the 10 pin chute. I have code in my program that tells the machine, hey, there's no 10 pin after the turret dumped, which is this is the turret, and there's a problem. So that would tell anybody bowling, hey, there's a problem back here. Before things get out of control, you better come look at it. Other problems would be balls getting stuck. For some reason, if the chute deck, which is this deck here, say a pin gets jammed up in this area, it came through the turret incorrect, and the chute deck did not go into position to go down and spot pins in the time that it's supposed to. Again, that would be something that would be up here and tell you what's going on. There will be different screens using these buttons here that you can just push. There'll be a little menu down here. I haven't programmed it in yet, but it'll have F3, F4, and F5, and that'll take you to different pages. So let's say I just need to run the deck down to clear that pin out of there. I'll go hit, say, F3, go to the motor run screen, and on the motor run screen I can manually run the deck down, take the pin off, and bring it back up. So that'll be the stuff that's programmed in there. That's going to take me a little while to program all that in, but once we get it done, we will come back and show you in video how it's all operating. So if you have any questions on this stuff, feel free to leave them me a message, and I'll answer as best I can.